It's that time again where someone on the internet does a horrific thing to an animal and everyone's upset about it, only, oh wait, they pay for horrific things to happen to animals on a regular basis. So a vegan comes along, annoying everybody, and questions why they're so upset about this particular thing while participating in arguably the same or even worse things. So over on TikTok, the cesspool that is TikTok, a video circulated of a woman eating small crabs alive. The comments were not favorable. People were really talking like vegans. Let's have a look at some of these comments and see what's going on. So her thing seems to be eating animals alive, doing like a mukbang ASMR with animals like crabs, lobsters, and this is the one that circulated, but as you can see over here, 89.4 million views on this one as well, so that was even bigger. And many of the comments are drawing attention to the clearly cruel aspect of what's happening here. Not trying to be vegan, but animals have physical feelings too. Nah, this isn't right. Like, we eat it too, but not like this. Poor crabs, but those are God's creatures, and why are you mistreating them? I like this one especially because usually God, though, is apparently an excuse to torture, exploit, and kill animals. So it's nice to be seeing it used in a different fashion, you know, spicing it up a little bit. So cruel for what? This isn't the first time she's been on video eating live animals. I don't really want to show the details of these videos because it is pretty disturbing to watch, but I will say that there are many instances yeah, this might be part of why people are getting upset. This one, she cut the tail off a lobster, and in the video, the lobster is clearly very much still alive. It's incredibly callous. That is torture. Eating that lobster alive was worth it for those 4 bites, all the pain and fear it has to go through. It's seeing itself being eaten. This made me so sad, so cruel, and for what? So very vegan talking points. So people are visibly upset about this, and they seem to understand that an animal does have a capacity to suffer and that you can be cruel to an individual animal. You know, the idea of being eaten alive would be horrible for them. But then they can't wrap their heads around the idea that, you know, having your babies taken from you, being separated from your family, being mutilated, like having your teeth pulled out without anesthetic, by the way, and as well as that, having your tail ripped without anesthetic, being confined, being exploited, and then eventually being killed would also be horrific things for animals. They probably would never participate in this behavior and are shocked by it, but they will participate in behaviors that are seen as more normal behaviors, like social norms of sitting down and eating the bodies and secretions of animals. But I hate to break it to you, worse things are happening in the industry. How can you be so upset by this, but then not be upset by these other things, and at the very least be vegan? There were so many non-vegans in this comment section, and you can almost guarantee that most of these people weren't vegan, because most people are not vegan. So most people are paying for worse things to happen to animals, yet they have the nerve to call out other people on that. I agree, this thing is terrible. I just don't understand what would possess someone to do that. But I also don't understand what would possess someone once they know what happens, you know, to animals, because this thing's very removed from us. So understandably, you know, participating in an action unknowingly, doing basically the same thing. But once you know, then I don't know what could possess someone to carry on doing that. This has come up, you know, before. We had the thing with So Young that was really popular on YouTube, and she was very much despised for what she did, insofar as it led people like Penguin Zero to say that she was like a piece of shit and stuff like that, and he got called out because literally the video after, he then had a KFC recipe where he was like eating chickens, and then people got angry at me because I called them out, obviously, and were saying, oh yeah, but you know, they're alive and she's eating them alive. Yeah, horrific suffering, a horrific thing happened to them. But in the animal agriculture industry, animals are gassed, which is an equally long process, can be even longer. Animals are bolt gunned in the head, often unsuccessfully, and then their throats are slit. Sometimes they are unsuccessfully shocked, and then, you know, they are killed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still bad to kill someone, even if the process is short. Like, if someone killed me in my sleep, I didn't even know what was happening, that would be a bad thing. They've taken my life away from me without my consent. Like, I don't know why, we did it really quickly, that's fine. No, it doesn't suddenly make it okay. Just another example of something, happening that non-vegan shouldn't really have a problem with. It does show that people, they're yet to be vegan. People have hearts. They're not these heartless people who come along. A lot of the time, I think they're being quite facetious when they say, oh, I don't care, it doesn't matter to me. Now, you seem to care when it's not coming from the mouth of a vegan. Then it seems to be something that you can happily say, oh yeah, that's horrible. Why would someone do that? But yeah, when a vegan comes along, the defenses come up. Okay, yeah, I get it. But ultimately, we don't want to see animals suffer. We don't want to see them harmed. We value their existence and understand that there is somebody in there having their own experience. And that own experience is theirs and theirs alone. And that should be valuable enough to leave them be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you're well. Until next time, lads, I will see you soon.